Time to quit while we're ahead. Don't think like that. I will love you endlessly. If you don't leave, believe. Don't you be like that. I will love you forever. If you don't leave, believe in me. Yeah.
You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around, but
You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around, but you could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me.
you could be around, but
You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. Said, don't you think like that. I will love you endlessly. If you only believe me, don't you think like that. I will love you endlessly. If you don't believe in me,
you could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around, but
you could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me.
Hello, everybody! Welcome back! The Lord that chuckles Wally Fuckles is still not here because once again we have returned to the Ace dimension. Took a whole day, but here we are. Unfortunately, we graduated from the Ace, became bisexual, and now have degraduated. We got our degree stolen from us, so unfortunately, we are Ace once more. That's how that works, right? Hello, everybody! Welcome back to my stream of, Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies? The Ace Attorney Trilogy. Dual Destinies Case 2. Whatever it is. Happy Friday indeed. It is Friday. Good news! I am almost done the Gundam model. That head is complicated. That is a complex series of facial orientations. Dear God. But, with that being said, I'm excited that it's almost done. It means I can get started on a different big project. And, I'll be honest, I am tempted to do Slifer the Sky Dragon. I think I've said this before. I know I've said it to some people, but like, I don't know if I've said it on stream. I am very tempted to make a 3D model of Slifer the Sky Dragon. Will it be good? No. Not at all. Like, probably very bad, actually. Most likely awful. But I should still try, because hitting things outside of your comfort zone and or wheelhouse is good for the soul and whatnot. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Good for the soul. Why is... Okay, that... Phone, you are acting strange. You are not doing phone things. You are doing... bone thing. Phone, why are you boning? This is such a... Why does the phone decide it is time to bone? There's bizarre things going on inside the phone verse. Very, very weird things. Either way. Ah, there we go. phone is proper. It's set up. It's doing its bullshit. It's not Oochi. That's heads, not bones. Oochi is an eight-headed snake, dragon, thing. Got drunk. Drinking is... Don't drink. Don't drink and don't drunk and drive. Especially don't drink and drive a jet. You will crash it into the ground. I crash it into the ground on a bad day, on a good day. You will absolutely crash it into the ground on a bad day. Which is why I assume you're drinking in the first place. But we're moving on. We're going back into Eight's Attorney. It's been a week. We spent some time trailing the path of logic. Some time flying around in jets. Alex gifted me the DLC missions for Ace Combat 7, so I guess we're not done yet. No matter how hard we try, the journey of bisexual reincarnation is beyond me. However, this story is not. Let's jump right back into it. Ahem. April 18th, 9:15 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby. Number 3. That feels a lot longer than it used to be. Oh, good. Yeah? You okay, Athena? You've been antsy ever since we got here.
I'm just excited. This is my first real court case, after all.
Yeah, a real ball of excitement she is. I know just what she needs. Athena!
Did you ever learn about indoor and outdoor voices?
There we go. That's probably right. I'm just trying to show you the best way to relieve your pre-trial jitters. Apollo, you have never done that.
But the first scaring the daylights out of me.
No, I find that shouting, "I'm fine" in a loud voice really helps relieve stress. It's part of my Chords of Steel voice workout. And I must before every trial.
You want me to shout? Here.
That's right. Here. I'll go first, then you try. I feel really bad for these poor fucking guards. They have to listen to these two chuckle fucks. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine.
All right. I'm Athena Sykes. And I'm fine. I think it actually worked.
I thought it might help. Always works for me. An old friend of mine from junior high and I used to say it all the time.
I see. Proving everybody to come to Seoul. I like it. Hey, how about we finish off with a race around the courthouse?
The point is to relieve stress, not get totally exhausted. What's with all the racket, you two? Mr. Wright. It is so weird seeing him like this. Just a little voice workout. Hey, what's with the suit? Oh, this? I was thinking about getting my attorney's badge back, that's all. That's all? That's huge news! But why now? I have a feeling I'll be needed in the courtroom again sometime soon. But we can talk about that another time. No fair. Inquiring minds want to know. But, wow. Is that a 2D image? Is that a 2D image or a 3D one? What do we do here? I'm so used to seeing him in his usual laid-back clothes. That suit makes him look like $1 million. By the way, have you heard about the prosecutor assigned to this case? Yeah, he's serving time, but before he was a prosecutor, he was also used as psychology? Edgeworth divorced him and took his shit, didn't he? No. No. He was his other boyfriend. That's right. I've heard the rumors about how he was back before his conviction. Using the power of suggestion, he can make even the most stalwart of defendants confess. Psychology in a courtroom. Been hearing about that a lot lately. So, he must be a pretty scary guy, considering he's a prison inmate and all. So they say. They also say he'll cut you down if you talk too much. I knew it was gonna be bad news! Oh, it's probably just hyperbole. At least I hope for your sake. Wait, so is this true or not? Oh, let's just say, you should be concise and choose your words carefully. If you'd like to keep that head of yours attached for the rest of your body, that is. Yikes! Must tone down my cords of steel, too. So, you all ready? Might be a good idea to check the court record again before stepping into the ring. I think I have a pretty good idea of what happened. Hey, John, how you doing? Right, Mr. Wright, but I'm fine. I'll be watching from the gallery. Good luck. Thanks! Doing well, going to a doctor appointment soon? Oh! Hope it goes well!
Okay, let's do this.
The odds of pulling this off are ridiculously low, but that's nothing new. Believe in our client, seek the truth. That's all we can do. Hang in there, Mayor Tenma. Here comes justice. Okay. April 18th, 9:30 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Day 1, court is now in session. I hope there is not a day 2. Dear God, I hope. Apollo Justice, defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor. 3D model looks a bit weird from this angle, Apollo.
Why will that big voice anywhere? Let's simply anywhere, eh, Mr. Doctor? But move a young lady next to you.
Athena Sachs, Mr. Justice, junior partner in the fresh out of law school.
Oh, well now, put a beans to me. Excellent. Makes an old man feel young again. Now for the prosecution. But it appears the prosecution is not ready yet.
Never fear, I shall explain. I forgot your fucking voice. Oh no. It's been like a week. I shall explain. It's just a minor procedural complaint, Your Honor. The prosecutor for this case is being escorted from prison as we speak.
Prison? Oh yes, of course. I almost forgot that he's terribly serving time.
Anime cutscene, anime cutscene. Do you...
Yep, Prosecutor Blackwill's an inmate.
Yeah? Is he now? Who'd he kill? He should have gotten Phoenix right for the job. He would have gotten him off. Not
But even a
like
convicted
that.
murderer still got a job to do and duties to perform.
Does he? Does he? Is that how we're doing? Wait. Oh no, he's suave and cool. Ah, shit. Who let him keep his signature fucking black and white quill? Who's that with his back to us over there?
Ask him. I'm sure of it. Prosecutor Blackwell.
Ahem, is the prosecution ready?
Huh. Enough jabbering. Get on with it already.
Oh, well, of course, forgive me.
Why are all the people related to this case so scary?
Very well, Prosecutor Blackwell. No, please wait with me, please. What's the matter?
Must we continue to fritter away at a time like this? It's alright. They're in the indictment. An opening statement would be pointless.
Hold on. Forgot to do something. Yeah. I was like, did I forget something? Yes, I did. Yeah, there we go. Forgot to close the curtain. It's a noise-canceling curtain. Or at least it attempts to be noise-muffling curtain. Whatever. It's a curtain that stops noise. Looks like the cat, or in this case the prosecutor, has the judge's tongue.
We didn't know please wait but as though we will case of hand.
Humph. Well, your boldness. If it is so very important, why don't you do the honors?
Me?
I miss Gavin a little less now. Oh, come on, Sit out here being like, hey, boys, how you doing? Hmm?
There's a term for people who whine and fuss about how they need silly, useless things. And then decide they no longer... I don't think that is the statement. And then decide they no longer want them once it is theirs. A selfish old fool.
Why? Was that the prosecution's evidence statement?
Old dotards such as you are a plague upon the young. I pity your poor grandchildren, or is it great-grandchildren?
You know what? At least he's insulting the judge and not me.
Well, we did. I thought the big statement was the prosecutor's job. Well, I suppose I could give it a try by being a face-to-face.
What? He actually fell for that?
This must have been the power of suggestion that Mr. Wright was talking about.
Real big statement, huh? Well, let's see here. The victim was one Rex Cuby, ultimate of 9-pound whale. And Independent David Penman, mayor of Pembertown, was accused of the murder.
And why, pray tell, was the mayor arrested?
Well, his print brought the murder weapon. Plus, we had a motive, the elimination of biggest roadblock in municipal murder. The caretaker and secretary of other political suspects both have alibis. But his daughter, who was with Swindy at the time of the incident, also had no motive.
What the fuck did you just do?
So in a nutshell,
I have persuaded the prospect has been amended by making it preventable.
bravo, your boldness. Your years of experience shine brightly like your head.
Well, gladly will get you everywhere.
Ah, fuck, we're fucked.
He's playing Simon Says with the judge.
Moving right along down, let's hear from our first witness today, Detective Fulbright.
Wow, you're just doing everything the fucking guy wants.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
I'm the detective assigned to this case, Bobby Fulbright. Oh, and I'll also be keeping tabs on old Blackwell here.
I also believe you will provide protection within the case of that.
It would seem that I have been sorely underestimated.
Wait, who's he protecting? Who's protecting who from what? Still, I truly believe anyone can turn their life around it.
Fulbright, save your platitudes for your funeral. Get on with your statement.
Oh, that's the spirit. Justice must be swift and true. I see it in your eyes. There is hope for your rehabilitation and return to society. I will never give up on you.
Prosecutor Blackwell doesn't seem to be intimidated, but Detective Fulbright.
Well, you know what they say, ignorance is bliss.
Oh, so that's why Detective Fulbright was assigned to Blackbeard. He's so oblivious.
Well, that's how we'll play with Detective Fulbright.
You got it, but first I'd like to say to the defense that justice will ultimately prevail. Thanks, Buckshot. About the murder. Alderman Cubey was murdered with a spear that had been on the wall. The fingerprints of the defendant, Damon Tennant, were found on the murder weapon. At the time, Alderman Cubey was asleep from a drug he unwittingly ingested. Mayor Tema attacked his helpless victim, impaling him like a human shish kebab. But the sudden pain jolted the victim awake. He grabbed a statue and struck back. That's an interesting... Oh, we don't have an autopsy report. Okay, hold up. Alderman Cubey had been slipped some kind of sleep-inducing drug? That's right. The accused was scared because the alderman was a former pro wrestler. So he slipped him a drug to make sure he'd be out cold and defenseless. Here's the autopsy report to prove it. Cause of death. Stabbed with a spear. Estimated time of death around 3:20 p.m. The victim had been in a drug-induced slumber.
Well, with the video match was attacked by being impaled by a spear. Well, that sounds almost superhuman. Is it even possible?
Well, he was a former pro wrestler, after all. That spear was probably nothing more than a mosquito bite to him.
Objection!
Not so fast. Don't try and brush all this off as saying Alderman had been a pro wrestler. Do you really expect us to believe he could fight back after being skewered by a spear?
Never heard of the incredible feats of which a man is capable of in a pinch, have you? Like the samurai of yore, wrestlers can battle through intense pain. It sharpens their senses. I used to talk about it with a former pro wrestler I met in the clink.
I don't know. Still sounds far-fetched.
Does it now? Then perhaps we should test this theory on you with the edge of my blade.
I didn't sign up for this!
Humph. And so your life is spared. For now.
Please let those shackles be made of titanium. I don't want to die. Ho-ho! My investigations are as thorough as they are foolproof, or my name isn't Fulbright. I vow to resign immediately if I ever make a false arrest.
The accused prints were on the weapon, and he is the one person without an alibi. Quite decisive evidence, wouldn't you agree, your boldness?
Yes, the judge leaning towards a guilty verdict. The trial's just barely begun.
What's more, a curious rumor about the accused is making the rounds. They say he seeks the merger for the purpose of freeing Tenmotaro from his imprisonment. Truth be told, I can think of no real reason to show interest in that backwater burg. Perhaps he is a complete nutter and does seek to release an imaginary demon. Either way, he is raving mad and more than capable of murdering Alderman.
Oh man, it's a strange one, alright. I heard he went to a blood drive and instead of donating, he tried to make a withdrawal. What?
What up? There will be no gossiping by courtroom.
Your boldness? Please take a gander at those charms plastered across his cranium. I hear they're meant to keep him safe from possession by the demon Tenmotaro. Then again... perhaps he's already under the demon's spell.
Hey Milk, how you doing? It's not going well.
Behold, the lunatic appears poised to lunge at you any moment.
The three missing quirks of Mayor Tema have no relevance to the case. Besides, those charms on his head, they're just a fashion statement, I think.
Probably work a bit. Especially don't keep relevant to their case, do I?
Prosecution will refrain from dragging our client's reputation through the mud.
Oh, but the dreadfully fearsome lass we have here.
Oh, thanks for the lifeline, Athena.
Ah, careful, Apollo! He had the judge dancing in the palm of his hand. The power of suggestion is one of the more powerful tools in Simon Blackwell's arsenal. He's trying to manipulate everyone's impressions to suit his objectives.
This guy's really bad news.
But we giving the red man to the man himself, this might be your pain. What sort of weapon did he use against Mr. Packer?
Other than this statue right here.
Probably appears to be a statue of two breastplate pieces locked in battle.
Two yokai to be exact. One side is the nine-tailed fox and the other is Tenmataro. Quite interesting if you think about it. It's as if though this very case were rendered annulled.
Mayor's blood was found on it, but no prints could be lifted.
Mr. Ratcliffe, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Alright, it's been a minute since he made his fucking excuse me. Ah, shit. There we go. So those weapons on the wall of the Fox Chamber, I presume, those are real? Don't you think keeping weapons around like that is rather dangerous?
No matter what he collected, the alderman insisted it'd be the real deal. For instance, he had a real demon's club in his possession. Apparently, one of his ancestors claimed it after defeating the demon in battle.
Ah! Oh, that's gotta be an old wives' tale. Ho 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 ho!
The older man had a pure, unadulterated justice flowing through his veins. Whatever he did it right. We lost a real champion of justice in his death. Nothing but claptrap and balderdash, if you ask me. Now stop your bleating and tell us about the murder weapon.
Your wish is my command. It does make sense if you think about it. Prince could easily be wiped off. It doesn't make sense if you think about it. Prince could easily be wiped off.
You do have a point there.
I'd venture to say he did not wipe off the prince because he could not. What do you mean?
Looks like it wants you to figure it out. But don't just stand there. Show him his boss.
I'm totally lost. Why don't you just tell me the answer already?
I don't think he saw the plea fail.
You feeling alright, kid? Running a fever, perhaps?
I wish trials came with a reset button. Ha! They do! It's called My Save's Coming! Why does the prosecutor have cuffs? Because he's an inmate.
The dark age of the law.
Well, but we may come to light. Please protect the poor mate.
Come to think of it, a coffee cup was found on the floor. Was the sedative in his coffee?
Bingo! We found traces of a sleeping agent all over the inside of the cup.
And that is why he was out cold. That is until he leapt to his feet upon being impaled by the mayor. What an awful way to make up. A rather stimulating eye-opener, if you ask me. I too would have a reason to attack, for to die in battle is the samurai way. Let me check something here. There's gonna be another day of fucking finding bullshit, isn't there?
Paradise awaits the fallen heroes, but that hole in his stomach would make eating a challenge.
Prosecutor Blackwell, please. Those morbid jokes of yours have no place in court.
Says the jester and the detective's guys.
Moving right along.
So the alderman was drugged because he was really strong?
Did you see those rock hard muscles of his? I'm surprised the spear even managed to pierce that armor-like musculature. I admit, I'm completely jealous of that righteous body of his. Ho ho ho!
Well, he did look pretty buff, even in that suit he had on.
Oh, quite a difference compared to a yellow with a yellow belly like you.
Yellow belly? Who even says that anymore?
Yeah, and the colour's all wrong too. Oh no, I'm a squishy red tomato.
I should strike both of your comments from the record.
Which is this character about the issue here. Well, we'll get back to what happened after the fireball busted off was impaled. But yes, well, your average person would likely have died on the spot.
Could he really have attacked his attacker after being impaled with that huge spear?
Absolutely. After all, he was once a pro wrestler. Thinking just the being drugged and then speared was answered with a righteous counterattack.
But does being a former pro wrestler make him superhuman?
Absolutely. After all, he was one of the good guys, like a superhero on the side of justice. Even though he was retired, he could still have done his superhero guys in the times of need.
Objection!
You need to lay off the comic books, detective. We're talking about real life here.
Setting aside the half-wit flights of fancy, the fact is this. The court ordered a post-mortem conclusion. The victim moved after his skewering.
So he found the strength to somehow attack his attacker, huh?
Detective Fulbright's testimony sounds airtight. No wonder he's so confident.
No, he only thinks it's airtight. It's up to us to poke some holes in it. This part of, that part about Alderman fighting back sounds like a big hole waiting to be poked. Yeah. It does sound a little peculiar, don't it?
Hold it!
I did not mean to press no! Wait a minute, I can just... That's faster. It's just faster to hit that instead of mashing buttons. Alright. Let me see here. Stab with a spear, estimated around the time of death. There would have been footprints.
Objection!
Yeah, well, shit. Oopsies! I mean, there would have absolutely been footprints.
Objection!
There also would have been prints, in general. Did the alderman really strike the mayor?
What? Are you questioning my sense of justice?
Your so-called justice needs to find itself a pair of legs to stand on. You claim the alderman struck back after the mayor put a spear through him. But the statue he supposedly used to defend himself creates a major hole in your theory.
Well, the cock argument. Very well, let's hear what the defense thinks to us on about with respect to statue theory.
There are no fingerprints. There are no fingerprints on this supposedly crucial piece of evidence. And if you look at the crime scene photo, you notice that the alderman isn't wearing gloves. Yes, I believe,
Yes, I believe he is quite bumbless indeed.
if he touched the statue with his bare hands, he should have left some fingerprints. Detective Fulbright, you did take that into account during your investigation, didn't you?
Oh! Oh, this can't be happening. Did I arrest the wrong man?
Oh, you did it, fella. You knocked Detective Fulbright off his aisles.
Well, it's just 1 point in our favor.
Who do you suppose clubbed the mayor if it wasn't the alderman?
Well, if it wasn't the alderman, it means someone else must have clubbed the mayor.
You mean there was a third party in the Fox chamber?
Exactly. And this could be the big break we've been looking for.
Well, that seems to be a hole in the prosecution's argument. Prosecutor Blackwell, would you care to respond to this assertion?
Well, the least you could do is look at me while being dismissive.
Your mind is as dull as an unhoned blade, Justice Dono.
Justice Dono. He's been watching way too many samurai flicks.
It'll take far more than that to cut down Simon Blackwell. A whelp such as you has no hope against my superior swordsmanship.
And this is a trial, not a sword fight, Prosecutor Blackwell.
There is a perfectly good explanation for the lack of prints on the statue. You might recall that blood-stained cloth found at the scene of the crime. Well, it just so happens that the blood is the mayor's.
So, what are you getting at?
Own your mind, boy. Why was there blood on the cloth? Solve the riddle, and you shall see that the hole you thought you had found was but an illusion.
Now, let's see. How was that cloth used? It was used... to wrap the statue? Maybe Alderman had wrapped the statue in the cloth? In short, he wasn't touching the statue directly, but he used it to strike back at the mayor.
Precisely. Bully for you, boy.
Oh, it was nothing! He just played you like a damn fiddle, Apollo.
Apollo! Don't let him stop manipulating you too. You just closed the hole for the prosecution.
I did? Ah, fuck, I did.
Right. That statue wrapped in the cloth would leave no fingerprints, as it is plain as day. But this also proves there was no hole in our theory of the alderman striking back.
Oops. Ah! 2 pages! Wrapped in a large cloth. 2 pages.
Now do you see how dull your mind is?
Well, yeah, Phoenix kind of carried me through the last several cases. I'll make sure to sharpen it next time.
A particularly frightening inmate once told me that. He always tenderly owned his blades before he went to work. Like the samurai of yore.
Samurai? That sounds more like a homicide maniac to me.
Actually, he was working in the prison kitchen at the time.
Wait, so the inmate was murdering samurai, prison chef? Apollo, you are a dumbass. Why is Apollo so dumb?
It would seem like the victim and his killer were the only ones where I'm wrong.
It's kind of attached to that hole. Now what?
Apollo, I just thought of something. If they didn't find anyone's fingerprints on the statue, who's to say someone other than an alderman didn't hit the mayor with it?
Why did I think of that? Anyone could have not left prints on it.
The new prey tale struck the mayor with the statue. Please illuminate with our wisdom, young lady.
There's only one answer. The real killer.
Prove the existence of this real killer then. What evidence have you?
I'll give you evidence, alright?
Athena, are you sure about this?
To borrow your words, Apollo, I'm fine. Take a look at this. Black feathers and tracks allegedly from a yokai were found on the scene. I believe they're from a third party who struck the mayor with the statue.
We expect to act with possessing some sort of monster killed the alderman.
That's exactly what I'm suggesting. No!
Objection!
No, Athena, you just lost what little credibility we had left.
Oh! Oh, so sorry. Guess I got carried away.
Push it up with. We don't probably be able to object to members of the bench.
Sorry, Your Honor. It's just this kid's still, well, a kid.
Ouch, you meanie. I'm pointing you to Mr. Right.
Well, we can't believe that the feathers and black tracks were a yokai, as you put it.
No, Your Honor. I believe they're a fabrication. The real killer wants us to believe some sort of monster murdered the alderman.
Wait for a second. The body you supposed to kill him would do that.
Why indeed?
Which is referably people is that movie you was your partner is.
Ouch. This I'm not reporting to Mr. Wright. He's in the stands, you fuckwits.
Hoy, Fulbright. Explain to his boldness what these brats are missing. You know, the who and the why behind those feathers and tracks.
What? You mean you can explain all that? Ho ho ho! Our investigative prowess is without equal. I'm starting to think I chose the wrong profession.
Very well, my pair of these so-called yokai feathers been proud.
Oh boy. Feathers and tracks. This entire case centers around one man's attempts to crush opposition to the municipal merger. Mayor Tenma panicked when the amazing nine-tailed tails helped the embodiment of the protesters. So he took the village's fears and fabricated a monster. The strange feathers and tracks he planted made it look like the yokai was the killer. And those feathers and tracks stoked the village's fears? Absolutely, he knew exactly how to pry on superstitious minds.
Those feathers only gave way to the idea that the alderman was slain by a demon. The accursed demon Tenmataro, that is.
Who?
Tenmataro, the legendary demon locked away in the village's forbidden chamber. From a young age, the villagers were taught to fear the great black-feathered demon, and thus they were blinded to other, more plausible explanations.
Hold it!
Hang on for a second. Before we start letting our imaginations run wild, isn't there someone else that could be considered a suspect?
Mr. Bradford, please explain yourself.
On the day of the incident, there was a special event held at QB Manor. And as part of the event, there was someone dressed in the likeness of Tenmataro. Obviously that this person is much more likely to be a suspect than any legendary demon.
Objection!
$1. You're playing right into the killer's mind games.
What?
Listen here. The feathers and tracks were merely red herrings. The villagers believed the murder to be the work of the real Ted Mataro. However, the police believe that the person in the Tenma suit is the killer. The defendant sought to sow this confusion in order to deflate blame away from himself. However, he was knocked unconscious by the alderman, and thus our mentally deficient mayor was caught red-handed at the scene of the crime.
Objection!
Do you honestly believe Mayor Tenma would do something so stupid?
Objection!
The evidence speaks for itself, Fulbright.
Right. He was the mayor's last effort to stop the opposition from before things got too crazy. The amazing Ninetales have fueled both the yokai craze and anti-merger movement. Plus, he had one of the better-known masked wrestlers and hometown favorite. That's why the mayor panicked and set out on the path of injustice.
But people might really believe the yokai behind the crime.
Yokai signs are an everyday event there, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
I must say, a crime that preys upon management is more impressionable minds.
Just so. A particularly silver-tongued inmate once said the following words for me. The innocent of heart are the easiest prey.
We won't play. But does he make a con about it?
No. He was framed for the murder of his beloved. I actually felt sorry for the poor chap.
Wait, so he wasn't the predator, but rather the prey?
Yeah, well, it may proceed with cross-examination.
Feathers and tracks. Something's got me. Okay, hold on. I gotta... So... Their story is already falling apart. Because if this was true, then... If what their story is saying is true, then, the mayor would have gotten hit with the fox statue and then got up and made the crime scene look like it is, and then got knocked out.
Objection!
Which is apparently very, very wrong, according to me. Fine.
Hold it!
Detective Fulbright, is this anti-merger movement really that strong? Oh, absolutely. They parade around in yokai costume shouting, "Down with Mayor Tenma." And just the other day, they stormed Tenma City Hall, claiming it was a den of vipers.
But when the accused showed his face, the angry mob scattered like leaves upon an autumn wind. For you see, all the yokai are no match for Tenma, the Dark Lord of their kind.
Wait, so are the villagers scared of the mayor, Tenma? I'm confused.
I think he means Mayor Tenma. It's easy to get the wrong impression about the guy.
Perhaps a Fulbright. What do you suppose the head would commit such an act?
Hold it!
The Amazing Ninetales? No one knows his true identity, right? That's right. And he was the lone wolf. In other words, he didn't belong in a wrestling federation. He appeared like a shooting star, defending one Tenma Town wrestler after another. And before anyone knew it, he was a champion.
Like the samurai of yore surrounded thick with enemies, he cut them down one by one. It was a complete and utter loss of face for Tenma Town Pro Wrestling.
He was amazing. Even if there was a real superhero, it'd be him. I dream of becoming a real champion of justice like him someday.
I bet Detective Fulbright will be a great pro wrestler. He could even team up with Prosecutor Blackwell. A police...
A police detective and a prisoner in chains? You know, I think people would actually pay to see that. I know I would. Ho-ho! So you do understand the grades of the Amazing Nine Tails. I feel like I'm listening to a comedy skit.
Hold it!
Or reading out a comedy skit. Did the murderer and the yokai evidence really stoke the villagers' fears? Absolutely. It had immediate effect. The presumed return of the dreadful Tenmataro has them shaking in their boots. Oh my, and that superstitious lot, as if Jack the Ripper had been set loose on their village. The mere thought of that demon lurking about is enough to spark max exodus. The mere thought of His Honor buying into the Simon Psycho Slasher's words. I'm gonna spark my own exodus out of this courtroom right about now. So you see, there can only be one reason why anyone will plant those feathers in tracks.
Hold it!
But it doesn't add up. If what you say is true, then why top it off with murder? What do you mean? You claim that our client planted a yokai evidence to stoke the village's fears. If so, then why not stop there? Why murder Alderman Cuby?
That's the point.
It is, isn't it? So Your Honor agrees that there was no reason for the murder, correct?
Objection!
Perhaps the killing was on the spur of the moment.
You're saying it wasn't premeditated?
From the outset, I had no intention of paying heed to any of your babble. However, the fact is, the mayor made a startling discovery.
Startling discovery. Why don't I like the sound of that?
That Alderman Cuby's secret identity.
Paulo? I think Prosecutor Blackwood has figured out Alderman's secret identity.
You don't say, Athena!
But even if he has, might it be a motive for him to commit murder?
This is not good.
The patch of fur that was discovered at the crime scene. It is from the mask worn by the Amazing Nine Tails. Therefore, we can conclude that this mask was at the crime scene.
Oh my, but why would it be there?
The victim was a former pro wrestler and a member of the anti-merger movement. Did I say more?
Well, how could it be?
Your boldness has had an epiphany, I see. Our victim Rex Cupid was the Amazing Nine Tails. And the mayor's discovery of this fact was his motive for murder.
Why are we screaming no? Why was that a big thing?
Barbara! What I'm talking about?
Was it?
I'm about to play crystal pair.
What do we do now, Paulo?
I don't think they had to tie Alderman's secret identity, the mayor's motive for murder.
At least we have reached my real point. Why did the alderman have to forge a secret identity? Does it not pique your interest, your boldness?
I bet it does. But maybe already had more $1 persona. I'm just frequently participate in the anti-merger movement.
Very astute of you, your boldness.
Right, now take a look at this. If you value your dearest life, you will merge Ninetail Vale with Tematan. This is a blackmail letter and it was found in Alderman Cuby's pocket. What?
At present, the alderman's wife is in the hospital. And the letter is clear evidence that the mayor was blackmailing him by threatening her life.
Wait, didn't the blackmail letter get sent to Mayor Tenma go missing? Right after the alderman's murder.
You think maybe the killer took the letter from the mayor after the murder and planted it into the alderman's pocket?
It's possible, but we don't have any proof that's what happened.
Talk about being up the creek without a paddle. Man, there is so much wrong with this case. God.
Mayor Tenma could have made a clean getaway if he just left after planting the yokai things. But he was knocked out cold by the sudden decision to kill the amazing Ninetales. Probably making my payment counterattack that brought the entire prime piece to life.
Wait a sec. Robot's claiming that the mayor killed the alderman after planting the yokai evidence. And that the mayor was knocked out cold immediately after that? Detective Fulbright, please add your previous statement to your testimony. There we go. That's how we do it. Just to be safe! I am nothing if not scummy.
Objection!
There we go. Detective Fulbright, your sense of justice is anything but fair.
What's this? You dare question my justice again?
Yes, and I'm going to prove it to you. Take a look at this photo.
Miss, a prime piece photo. I just wanted to prove.
It proves when the feathers and tracks were planted.
But I already told you, they were planted before the murder.
Too much of a thing to do before fainting? Yeah, exactly.
The defendant planted the yokai evidence and then was knocked out while killing his victim.
But that would be impossible. If you look right here, it's clear when the feathers and tracks were left at the scene.
Take that!
But you just pointing at the yokai feathers and tracks, Mr. Breathless.
Yes. See how the feathers are on top of the blood, and the tracks are made in blood? In other words, the yokai evidence could have only resulted after the murder.
Well, then the mayor must have planted the evidence after killing the alderman.
But you said yourself, the mayor had been knocked unconscious thereafter. There would have been no time for him to plant any evidence at all. Therefore, the murder must have been someone else besides the mayor and the alderman at the crime scene.
Oh! Oh, there must have been some mistake. Barbara! Barbara! Where's your evidence? You can't possibly have it, can you? Ho 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 ho!
Evidence? Oh, I have evidence. In fact, I have an eyewitness testimony for you.
You do? But how? Oh, what was my self-haunted sense of justice really just half-baked?
He's taking this really hard.
Mr. Ratcliffe, what testimony is regarding a third party you claim to have?
I have it right here, Your Honor. It's a sworn testimony of Mr. Tenma's daughter. The witness Jinxie Tenma saw a yokai in the hallway after stumbling upon the scene. It was the demon Tenma Taro. He is the source of all those feathers and tracks. Somebody please say something.
But let's explain to the court exactly what he means.
You dare mock this court itself.
You're unfit to bear your name, boy.
Your boldness? It appears that our defense attorney here is delirious from exhaustion.
Apollo, think of something quick before you're held in contempt of court.
What do you think I'm trying to do? Before you decide whether or not I should step down, please, hear me out.
Well, very well, Mr. Breakfast, I'm all good, but you had better explain yourself well. What was this yokai you're all talking about?
It's all in the statement here. Jinxie Tenma asserts that she saw Tenma Taro after she discovered the crime scene and went to call the police. She came around the corner in the hall. It was around here. and she saw Tenmataro fleeing down into the foyer. The defense asserts that whoever was impersonating this monster is the one who left those feathers and tracks behind, intentionally or otherwise.
But Bob, how incredibly unjust! Why haven't I heard about this before?
The fish just proved it was someone else. So the mayor is the killer. Wasn't all set up. This is the prosecutor convicted fella after all.
Apollo, the momentum's been shifted in our favor.
Good. Now let's keep it that way.
Objection!
Little do you realize that though you are in the midst of a fray, your sword is broken.
My sword? I didn't know I had one to break. Are you implying there's a problem with my claim?
Consider this. If that yokai impersonator had indeed flown towards the foyer, that fool fop would have seen him.
Fool and Fop? Oh, you mean Filch and LaBelle. Now that you mention it.
Both Phineas Filch and Florian LaBelle were in the foyer at the time. But they haven't stated that they saw a yokai, have they? Did you ever consider that the yokai was but a figment of a scared little girl's imagination?
Why didn't those two see Tenmataro impersonator pass by?
Why don't we ask them for ourselves?
I was just about to say that myself. No, really, I was. The defense would like to call Mr. Phineas Filch, caretaker of QB Manor, to the stand. I just know he must have seen something.
Possible because we go back to the little girl, believe people are monsters. But if we have no objection to Mr. President's request for prosecutor Blackwell. But it's better Mr. Wells is going to die, but belonging.
Wait, what? He is?
I knew that Tanuki was a rare find. But when we captured him, I didn't think he'd end up a witness. Do you know him as you will?
Did he just say captured? No, wait, I don't want to know.
Bailiff, please go wake Mr. Wells and escort him to the witness stand.
You're wearing the keys around your neck, you fucking freak.
But the witness please place his name and occupation, please.
Our name's Filch, Phineas Filch, caretaker at QB Manor. Oh, and it's for you, your lordship. Just a little something I thought you might like.
Oh my, what fabulous pair of shoes! My broad will be that fine, Miss Welch.
It's those shoes again.
Don't they belong to Detective Fulbright?
Don't tell me Filch stole them again.
They're all yours, your ownership, sir.
What? But they seem awfully expensive.
Well, you're too expensive for me, but I reckon they'd be perfect for something like your ownership.
But, Mr. Kindbester, but legal wrestling that I cannot accept such gifts.
Oh, Eric Schmeggies, just take 'em if you want 'em. Polish 'em up real nice, tip for you too.
I'm sorry about the shoes, Mr. Welch, but I will accept your testimony. The complex will hear whether you saw Tenmataro with the foyer after the murder.
Watch this just be the statement, no. Guarding the foyer.
At the time of the murder, I was on guard duty in the foyer, just like Mr. Kirby asked. I was making sure that no one, fair, foul, or fishy, otherwise could get into our guest. But I was still in my office, keeping a good watch when the murder happened at 3 p.m. But I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary, no sorry.
The yokai you keep blabbering on about was but a phantom of a little girl's dreams.
So you're telling the court you never saw anyone dressed up like Tenmataro?
Oh, yep, was guarding the whole time. That's the truth. The holy truth, nothing better but the truth. And Tenmataro, bah, you really believe in all that yokai mumbo jumbo, do you? I genuinely certainly don't.
Oh, never mind. There it is. My bracelet. It's...
Something matter, Apollo?
My bracelet keeps squeezing my arm.
Really? So you think Mr. Filch has been lying to us?
I wouldn't rule it out. Now, if I could just zero in on a tell. Some sort of nervous habit.
Ha! What in the... What's the hawk doing in here?
Allow me to introduce my trusty cohort, Taka. He seems to have taken quite a liking to the courthouse. Made it his new home, in fact.
He doesn't live with you, you know. In jail? You ever heard of a courthouse bird?
Taka simply loves trickery and fraud. And that queer power of yours seems to have offended my dear bosom buzzard.
This isn't some sort of trick or... Don't be able to spot squat like this.
Oh, what the heck's going on around here? I'm over the hills.
Well, we'll pass where the animals belong, the courtroom.
Hi, Taka.
Oh, nobody help.
Oh, he's merely having a bit of sport. He won't harm you, save when you're truly famished.
In that case, Prosecutor Blackwell, you must show your brother apprentice properly trained.
Well, looks like we have to do this the old-fashioned way.
We'll be fine, I think. There was someone dressed as Temnotaro. Filch would have seen him. We just have to put our faith in Jinxie's statement for now. Let me check something. Okay, good enough.
Mr. Blackwell, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Just gonna save that real quick. Making sure no unfair, foul, or fishy otherwise could get into our guest.
Objection!
Yeah, there it is. That was an easy one. Don't lie to the court like that, Mr. Filch.
Aye. I ain't right to bushwhack a fella like that.
Unfortunately for you, I have evidence that proves you're lying. If you look at this TV listing here, you'll see that at the time of the crime, there was a pro wrestling match scheduled. Something you'd never miss.
Oh! Oh, I didn't watch that one. No, sorry. I was doing my job just like I was supposed to.
This guy doesn't know when to give up. Mr. Filch, someone even circled the match. It was you, right?
Yipes!
Not only that, but you even told me you watched it. You said, and I quote, "It was a complete disaster."
Oh!
So, do you admit to slacking off?
You can't trick me with your Rudy Poo lawyer talk. I'm one of them professional types too. I could double duty watch TV and a foyer at the same time.
The only thing Filch can claim to be is a professional thief.
Mr. Doctor, but you would have Miss Cole believe the witness was blacking off.
That is correct. He claims to have been watching TV in the foyer at the same time. But that's nothing but a bald-faced lie.
Bold, you say? But I'm not the one who's lying. Perhaps you met the witness, Mr. Doctor. Well, in that case, must be what evidence you can offer. You claim Mr. Prince is lying while watching TV in the foyer simultaneously. Now prove it.
Take that!
Please take a look at the direction the TV is facing in the diagram. Now, unless Mr. Filch has eyes where his right ear should be, I think it'd be impossible to watch the foyer and the TV at the same time.
Why, yes, someone watching TV that couldn't possibly be the Empress.
Exactly, and that means, Mr. Filch, you were slacking off and you were not watching the foyer as you claim.
Right! Oh, get bags out of the cat. I mean, the other way around.
Barbara. But Mr. Justice and Mr. Pilton's life would spell murder with relevant to this case.
It's very relevant, because while he was slacking off watching TV, there really could have been a Tenmataro impersonator in the foyer.
Objection!
What now?
Granted, this Tanuki was lax with his duties. He still had the foyer entrance covered.
Oh, what are you talking about?
This.
Not a mind reader.
Auditory sense. His eyes may have been slacking off, but his ears were still working hard. Right, Tanuki?
They were? I mean, yes, they were.
But you already admitted to slacking off. Now you say you weren't?
Oh, my eyes might be lazy, but my ears ain't. I wouldn't have anyone in the foyer. Oh, you see the foyer floor stairway? Gets all creaky when someone walks on them. Creak. Enough to wake the dead, I reckon.
So, you're saying that you didn't hear anybody walk by?
Yep, my ears working full time. So there's the liar. You know, good shyster.
A lying thief calling me a shyster. This has to be a low point of my fledgling career.
Got handed you, Mr. Blackwell, sir? That's really something else. I mean, you don't miss a thing, and them bags under your eyes. Oh, they're darker than mine.
Fair warning, Mr. Filch. Tak is particularly fond of Tanuki. Should you lie to this court again, you may suddenly find yourself on the menu.
Oh, yipes! Please don't eat me, Mr. Darker, sir.
This is a fucking clown chuckle fuck house, ain't it?
Bro, it's both head brought back by poopy on the penalty of paper murder tax.
Okay, good enough.
But without mind, call the question of the witness with my testimony accordingly.
Years working overtime.
Oh, it's true. I was watching the Prem Wrestling match on the office TV. My eyes might have been slacking off, but my ears, they're working overtime. Floors all creaky and squeak like. No, I would have missed someone walking by. So you see, there weren't no Tenmataro in the foyer.
Superstition is the religion of the feeble minds. Understand? A simple, rational explanation is best. Forget yokai, demons, and such. We must use common sense for lacking... but our entire world will be upside down. Says the convict prosecutor is totally a sign of the end times for the legal world.
And besides, if there were any yokai roaming around, I'd nab them and send them to the zoo.
I wonder whether Jinxie was seeing things.
That seems to be the general consensus, but I'm sticking to my guns.
But if we can't prove that she saw Tenmataro, then May has to be convicted.
And we better hope my guns are fire bullets and not babies.
But a plant-based process down with the witness.
This one's a little harder.
Hold it!
You are paid for your work, aren't you? So how do you justify watching TV on the job?
Oh, but it ain't easy being me. I mean, I can't watch TV when you have business. There's no way to record stuff.
Sorry, am I supposed to be consoling you over your first world problems?
If there's any problems, he should consider himself lucky.
Guess pro wrestling is serious business to Mr. Filch.
Hold it!
You lied earlier about taking your guard duty seriously, didn't you?
Oh yeah, that ain't no harm in betting the truth on it, right?
Listen to me, you little tanuki. Lie again and talk, I shall feast upon that forked tongue of yours.
Thank you, bird.
The hives! Oh, I'm sorry, just let me keep my tongue.
At least leave it until we get the truth out of him in any case.
You were neglecting your duties, were you not?
Oh, yes, sir, I was, sir, but I ain't like that.
Hold it!
So you have pretty good ears, Mr. Filch.
As good as I come, I say. Ain't nothing to hear a creaky floor. Plus, Tematar makes a sound when he goes by. Sort of like jingle jangle.
Jingle jangle? How does he do that?
Oh, so Staffer is. That's why what jingles and jangles.
What's he talking about, Apollo?
Beats me, but I guess Tenmataro is a staff that makes noise.
Come to think of it, didn't Jinxie mention something like that too? She said Tematara was owning a staff-like object that made a jangly sound.
Guess that's the source of the noise then.
Well, Mr. Dropcliffe. Mr. Wilbred Pemberton, Jingle Jangle. Will you consider that vital?
Yes! Always consider it vital information! Extremely vital. I request that to be added to his testimony.
Tematar was passed by, his staff would go jingle jangle.
Pretty sure I know, shit.
Objection!
Yeah, that's the one. I thought it was a statue. Tenmataro's staff would make a jangly sound, you say? Well, I'm going to say that your story doesn't add up.
Well, somebody impressed with life himself with the corp.
Mr. Filch, you say you didn't see Tenmataro the day of the incident. Then why did you assume just now that Tenmataro would be holding a staff?
Huh?
You see, Tenmataro, Jinxie saw, held a staff in his hands. And she described it as a sound just like you did. A kind of jangly sound.
Yeah, somebody was on the staff. What's your point?
Objection!
The point is that Tenmataro doesn't use a staff. Not normally.
What are you talking about?
You see, this is the only known document depicting Tenmataro. There isn't a staff in the picture. Is there a staff in the picture, Mr. Filch?
Well, Mike, there is no such staff. Not even a white cane or a walking stick.
Oh!
So the question is, why does witness think Tematar used the staff?
I believe the answer will overturn the prosecution's case on the most basic level.
Well, now, this is getting interesting.
Fine, Mr. Dropcliffe. The time before the call may align with this. Please tell the call why Mr. Wills believes Tematar carries the staff.
He actually saw Tenmataro. Mr. Filch actually saw Tenmataro right after the crime occurred. That's the only way he could have possibly known about the staff.
Busted again!
Bloody hell!
You duplicitous little...
Yes, how's that feel, Blackwell? Not so fun when you're on the receiving end of a blade, is it? Admit it, Mr. Filch. You did see Tenmataro that day, didn't you? Well?
I'm begging you, please don't make me say it.
But clearly you did see Tenmataro. Stop stalling and testify to that fact.
No can do, nobody know how. You ain't got no idea how terrifying he can be.
He? Mr. Filch said he won't admit to seeing Tenmataro, even though everyone knows he did. Question is now, why?
Mr. Filch is scared to death.
Is that why he can't admit the truth?
Come to think of it. They say you must not gaze upon Tenmataro, but in the event that you do look, and then tell anyone what you saw, Tenmataro will claim your soul.
Well, that is not the voice she had. Definitely not.
Jinxie wouldn't admit to seeing Tenmataro after hearing what the villagers' superstitions. She said that if she told anyone that she had seen Tenmataro, he'd come claim her soul.
Wait, you think Filch believes that too?
So Mr. Big Tom City's like a lawyer's heard about him? Them old village superstitions.
Well, please explain what we're talking about.
The people of Ninetails Vale believe that some pretty strange things. And their superstition may be the reason why our witness here can't admit to the truth. The truth that he really did, in fact, see Tenmataro.
Oh, that's straight, that's why. It's all right here.
Do not gaze upon Tenmataro. Do not tell others you see him. Ignoring superstitions will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it. Immediate departure from the village. Freeing him will bring ruin upon the village. Ignoring all superstitions will cost you your soul.
Well, see, that's why it's Ninetails Vale, folk can't stop talking about Tenmataro.
Thank you for the village superstitions. That clears up one mystery. The killer took advantage of the superstitions by wearing a Tenmataro costume. They knew that the only way no one would talk about him, so it was if he was never. They knew that that way. They knew that way. Comma? No one could ever talk about him. So it was as if he had never existed. The defense holds that Tenmataro impersonator is the true killer.
Bob!
Objection!
Superstitions, you say? What kind of fool would actually believe such rubbish? And who would start using some silly fairy tale would easily expose the culprit? You'll need to come up with a more rational, more common sense explanation than that.
Objection!
Your common sense seems awfully narrow-minded to me, Prosecutor Blackwell.
Objection!
Try living in my world of narrow cells, moral danger, and dark, sleepless nights. There is no lack of superstition in the clink, but there are few who truly believe in them.
Objection!
Yes, it is very convenient that his superstitions are all in that book. Well, the village superstitions are real enough to the people of Ninetail Vale. A life or death superstition might even make you a believer. Ah! Wait, really? That's what got him?
Put of my way.
You fool of a Tanuki. 2 times now your lies have cost me.
I'm so sorry, I promise not to do it again.
Taka, my fine feathered friend, have at him.
Lives! It's gonna eat me alive! Everything else!
He took off.
Babe, what are you waiting for? Babe, where's your plastic, babe?
I have spurs that. Yep.
That's certainly not something you see every day.
Well then. Lovely.
Well, we would see a new important part that come to light. A plan party with guys with the yokai Tenmataro was at the theme. But now we have 2 witnesses who can attest to that fact. Any objection, Prosecutor Blackwell?
The music fade out is great. Uh-oh! Oh, what?
What?
Oh! His shackles. I'm too young to die.
Justice Donald, long has it been since I was forced to draw my blade. You had best say your prayers.
I miss my guitar finger, man.
Protect them, you coming!
Ho, have no fear, Fulbright is here. When the going gets tough, the champion of justice gets going.
Objection!
I get going already before he kills us. Oh, but I stand in awe of Simon Blackwell, for a sense of justice has set him free.
Silence.
Oh. I am not in the habit of cutting down unarmed cowards.
Well, in that case. Prosecutor Blackman, can I ask you to, you know...
I think the judge forgot he's in charge here.
So, Justice Dono's assertion is this. Tenmataru is the real killer, not Mayor Tenma. According to him, there was a yokai at the scene of the crime.
Right. Now yokai, or rather whoever was impersonating him, killed Alderman Cuby.
Silence.
Care to explain why Jinxie, being the first to discover the murderer, did not see her alleged killer yokai in the Fox Chamber?
What? He's right. She said nothing about Temataro being in the Fox Chamber.
Humph. Let me enlighten you. That little scamp heard the dying scream right before she opened the door.
And your point is?
Upon opening the door, she found a freshly skewed murder victim, the alderman. And the homicidal maniac who had killed him, the mayor.
No, there must have been someone dressed up like Ah!
Then, why does the little scamp not have seen a yokai in the Fox Chamber?
Considering her father was accused of murder. Probably if he would have mentioned that he put a party, I might have been in the room.
I don't understand. Why didn't she see Temataro inside the Fox Chamber?
There is but one way to find out. Ask Jinxie Tenma whether she saw your killer yokai in the scene of the crime.
Uh-oh.
The final battle draws nigh. Only one of us will leave here alive. Long has my blade thirsted for blood. At long last it shall be sated.
Wait, is this still this is still a trial, right?
Show me what you're truly capable of. Justice, Dono.
Well, man, both parties, well, be some time to regroup. So come we'll take a 10-minute recess in morning room. What?
3 minutes.
I'm sorry, but... 3-minute recess.
Just so. Plenty of time if your destination of intent is the loo.
The room, you mean the bathroom?
Sheesh. At least include enough time for wash our hands.
See that you make no more than 3 minutes. All latecomers will be punished.
But yes, sir. I hereby declare 10-minute recess before the battle begins.
I declare Prosecutor Blackwell the winner of this round, as Simon says.
Doesn't bode well for us if the prosecutor is running the show, does it? Nope. April 18th, 10:40 a.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 3.
Oh, he busted out of his shackles!
Yeah, what was all that about? Guess they don't make shackles like they used to.
Better be careful, Apollo. You really brought out the samurai in him. Especially after you proved that there was a Temataro impersonator at the manor.
What is it with the guy in the whole samurai act anyway?
Such a fine... such fine swordsmanship. That's no mere act. Mr. Justice, it's high time I challenge this jailhouse prosecutor to a duel.
No, wait, let's save the dueling until after you're proven innocent.
I suppose I could wait until later.
Does anyone remember we're here conducting a trial? Athena, I'm gonna go wash up.
Remember what Blackwell said, Apollo? Don't be late.
April 18th, 10:43 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4.
Well, I believe our breakfast is weekly pepper, we better.
The prosecution is setting the rules now. They always are. The judge is a formality.
Probably we can proceed now. This is very.
That is great.
The other one, leader of the 100 demons. He really does exist. Wow, that's one well-polished try.
But we'll just put her face by the court, for her testimony will be inadmissible. What was my trial?
Become Naramon, leader of the 100 demons.
Behold, you think I'm a yokai. Well, I must, but there's a monster of sorts. Oh, we are the beast of the bar, the demon of the due process, if you will.
My charms has no effect. Not even a due process. Not sure I can see that one.
Now, little scump.
Yes.
I trust you know why you are here.
Bags.
Bags? Oh, the tricksy Tanuki. Try the noodle stand. Go enjoy a big bowl of Tanuki tail noodles while you're at it.
Everyone's a comedian.
No, I meant your bags. One's under your eyes. You must have trouble sleeping. Yeah, this shower will keep Azraki away.
Azurakai, the yokai that washes Azuki beans. The only thing needing washing will be your father's neck before I take his head clean off.
Don't wash his dick.
Azurakai often keeps people up at night with the noise he makes washing beans. But if you stick this charm on your forehead, you won't hear him anymore.
Is that so? Well, thank you.
Looks like Prosecutor Blackwell got more than he bargained for. They're about enough alone, but together these two are just plain creepy.
Well, testimony, if you please, Miss Pepper. Specifically whether or not you saw Pepper Taro when you discovered the crime scene.
What Jinxie saw.
Did I see Tomataro in the fox chamber? Well, when I opened the door, I saw, yes, now I remember, the yokai, right in that room.
Huh? So there was a yokai at the scene of the crime?
Lots of them.
Wait, more than one yokai? Tomataro happened to be among them.
I don't know. All I know is the room was swimming with yokai. Kasha and Rakabe. They were all there.
Well, Miss Black back in play with that. We've gone from no yokai to a part of them.
Oh, this is ludicrous. You would leave this court to listen to this delusional scamp's little testimony.
Ah, thank you. Fine, we're doing this again.
Your Honor, I believe her memory is simply clouded by fear. A quick therapy session should ease her mind. With the court's permission, of course.
What a fabulous idea. Please proceed, Miss Stripes.
You sure you know what you're doing, Athena?
She's obviously not herself. The trauma of discovering the crime scene. And the fear of testifying, ever in a daze and confused. Regular ball of confusion. But my analytical psychology-based approach should be able to help.
My objection, Prosecutor Blackwell. But we let Miss Stripes proceed.
It makes no difference. To me. Do as you will, but I doubt we shall be getting any viable testimony. She be better served by bearing a witness to the sword skills I forged in a distant land.
Huh. I'll show you.
Yeah. Yeah, she fearing.
Did I see Temitara in the fox chamber? Well, when I opened the door, I saw. Now I remember. Yokai right in the room. Found something. Looks like an out of control emotion.
Athena, what exactly are we looking at here?
Oh, this? Oh, it's one of Rigid's functions.
Is it?
Right here, you can see images of an emotion extracted from the witness's voice.
That's really strong. What the fuck? Oh, you mean that little thing can do all this?
Pretty cool, huh?
And here I thought I was just some kid's toy.
Unfortunately, all I'm getting is an overflow of air right here, right now. See how sad bright lit up at the bottom left? She is under an uncontrollable amount of distress, which is making all the other emotions. Seems like sheer terror she experienced has made a confused mess.
So all these yokai she saw are a product of rampant emotions?
Yeah, that's right. Her fears instilled in her hallucination and false memories. She's seeing normal everyday objects as monsters in her mind. It's a form of schizophrenic hallucination brought on by emotional trauma. And the trauma in Jingxi's case is fear.
So, she was and still is seeing ordinary objects as yokai.
Let's find the root cause of her extreme fear before I can treat it. Now let's see. Pada, can you point out the yokai on the Wheel of Fire? She's pretty particularly terrified of that one. Start by pressing the probe. Next, point to what's causing Jinxie's out of control emotion. Finally hit the probe again. Try to get to that out of the matter.
Okay, let's give this a try. Fireball ghosts!
Got it!
Jinxie, what's the name of that yokai on the Wheel of Fire?
That's Kasha, yokai that steals the bodies of the recently deceased. I bet it came to steal the aldermans.
It's almost as creepy as how well that fits in the actual situation.
Exactly. It's a form of hallucination where the patient can't see things for what they are. Must be something at the scene of the crime that she is mistaken for Kasha.
I'm feeling this photo's gonna get a lot of use real quick. Never mind, no it's not. It's gonna get 0 use.
Apollo, you point out what she thought was a yokai on a Wheel of Fire.
I think I know the answer now. Jinxie, that wasn't Kasha you saw. Could you have possibly mistaken this for Kasha? The fucking lamp.
Take that!
Light fixture?
This one right here. There's a flame design, and it's up on the ceiling. There's never a ryokai on a Wheel of Fire. The Kasha you saw was just a light fixture.
That's my memory back to normal. Nice job. Now you got the hang of it, there should be a cinch to point out the rest.
Jinxie, what's all this white wall-like monster?
That's Nurikabe. It's a wall monster that blocks your way and leads you astray.
That's not a yokai, Jinxie. That's a folding screen.
Oh!
This raccoon dog isn't a tanuki monster. It's just a statue of one.
Oh!
And look, these are just coffee cups. And this right here is nothing more than a fox statue.
I didn't know what I was thinking.
Well, there you go. What? The plate repaired itself? Excuse me?
Oh, you did it, Pato. Extreme fear is under control now. It was all just my eyes playing tricks on me. There weren't any yokai at all. See, clear-cut testimony. Now, paranormal psychology and your intuition, Pato. Just like we thought. I never really any yokai in the fox chamber. God damn it.
Right. There never really were any yokai, were there? So is the defense is asserting the exact opposite of their original assertion?
Wait. Jinxie, what about Temataro?
There wasn't anyone dressed up like Temataro or any other yokai either. I remember it clearly now.
You've
Gotta
be joking! Well, lovely. I think we just dug our own grave.
Allow me to push you on me. It's the least I could do.
No! Apollo! Can I interrupt your freak out for just a minute? I'm still picking up some noise. An unexpected emotion.
Does that mean Jinxie hasn't remembered everything yet?
Exactly. We should be able to get something else out of her. Unless it's new information we haven't run enough date. Did I see Tenmataro in the Fox Chamber? I was so scared when I entered the room. My legs gave and I fell to the floor. And there in the Fox Chamber I saw the alderman dead on the table and Papa collapsed in a chair. Nobody else was there, and that includes Tenmataro.
That fucker's already on the floor. Good shit. The amount of fear you felt is rather low, despite your legs having been given out from fright. Could something have lessened your fear?
Actually, I did experience a sudden burst of courage at the moment.
You did. Where did it come from?
Let me think. Oh, it was Mama. Suddenly felt that she was there with me. Okay, and then sudden burst of courage. Now let's see. Look.
Okay. Yes, I see.
Apollo, noise is all gone. Jinxie seemed to have remembered everything now.
Okay. Bye-bye! See you! A sudden burst of courage. Now where could that have come from? Jinxie, was there something that gave you a sudden burst of courage?
Yeah, there was, but, I realized I had done something naughty when I thought about it later. Any idea what could have given Jinxie that courage?
Yes, actually. Well, there is one piece of evidence that comes to mind. What if she saw something like that at the scene of the crime? Jinxie, did your sudden burst of courage have anything to do with this?
Take that!
Jinxie, you don't happen to see a nine-tails flower at the scene, did you?
The demon lore strikes again. I can't hide anything from you. I found a small case with a picture of a nine-tails flower on it. I liked it so much I kept it.
You what? Can't prove evidence from a crime scene?
Oh, that's right, well, baby. We're moving up into the big dobo. Well, the winners will produce that evidence.
Sorry.
But that would be some sort of case. Oh, look, something's been out. It appears to be a key.
Might I have a look, your boldness? Ah. This is none other than the master key to Cuby Manor.
Why you said that, Miss Prosecutor Blackwell?
The fucking bird bringing down the paper's great.
It matches the serial number of the key that went missing after the murder.
A master key that went missing. I don't like the sound of that.
Our little scamp here has stumbled upon an article of unimaginable consequence.
That's a little melodramatic, don't you think?
Humph. Heed these words, for I shall say them but once. The sole key to the fox chamber has been in this little scamp's constant possession. Ergo, she was the sole person who could have used it before, during, and after the murder. Which leaves the master key as the only other key that could have opened the chamber. But this master key was found in a room that had been locked by this girl.
So they used the vent to get in. And what's your point?
Until Jinxie Tenma opened the fox chamber with her key, the room had been locked tight from the outside world. And there was no one else in there save the victim and the killer. I trust you have figured it out for yourself by now. The killer, other than Mayor Tenma himself, would be utterly inconceivable.
No! Except there's an air vent leading directly into that room.
Objection!
How could this happen?
Well, the place will with her frustration.
Athena, you alright?
Oh no, Mayor Tenma's innocent. There's nothing we could do. This sucks.
Sykes, Dono, allow me to put you out of your misery.
Can I decline your offer?
Abandon your client and your misplaced faith in him. Let the relief of a clear head and a clean conscience come rushing in. That will make the inevitable guilty verdict far easier to accept.
Great, now he's playing Simon Says with us. Well, he's not gonna fool us with his stupid mind games. Athena, don't fall for his tricks.
I'm the one who's dazed and confused. I can't even think straight.
Hey, you alright? She fell right into his trap.
Now I suggest you make a mad dash from the courtroom and into the wild blue yonder. Only by running shall your mind be cleared and your conscience cleansed.
Alright, I'll be back in 10.
Stay with me, Athena. Don't let yourself be twisted by that samurai.
Apollo?
Mr. Breakfast, but here's one objection, but what is it you object to?
Huh? Oh, right. The objection was more of a reflex than anything else. I was hoping someone would come to me while I was trying to stop Athena.
Because it's waiting, Mr. Breakfast, so as it stands now, I'll be going to declare your client guilty and your legal skills suspected if this is it. Now, we'll may win record of return the prosecution case.
Well, actually, I do. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine.
Apollo? You do have something more than your cod seal, don't you?
Not really, but we'll be fine.
What?
We got absolutely nothing, but that's never stopped me before. I have to explain how the real killer could have escaped that locked room. And it's because it's all over if I don't.
Apollo, it's cause for a new approach. Try to think outside the box.
In this case, inside the box. And what a doozy that locked room is, too.
Well, Mr. Breakfast, we already made that account of the prosecution's document.
You bet I do. The real killer must have escaped from the locker room one way or another.
Vague conjecture shall only you knew a taste of my blade, Justice Dono.
Time to do or die, literally.
Oh, the principal now explain how it will be possible to escape the locked room.
Sure about this, Apollo? Can you really explain what happened?
I'm fine. We just need to think of this whole escaping locked room thing over from the beginning. So, let's see. If the killer had escaped, how could they have done so?
The choices are pretty limited. There's a window, but doesn't open wide enough for anyone to get through, and there's a sheer cliff outside. As for the air vent, it's too high up, and there's nothing you could stand on to reach it. And needless to say, the Forbidden Chamber wouldn't open no matter what we did, so that's out.
Yeah, that's why we gotta keep this solution simple. Like they say, simple is best. We need to rule out all of the absolute impossible escape routes. Then whatever's left, it just might lead us to how the Fox Chamber was compromised. Your Honor, the defense proposes that the killer escaped through here. The Forbidden Chamber. It's the only place they could have really hidden and then jumped out later.
But how did the killer escape through there, Mr. Douglas? Your immediate skills seem as questionable as your proposed escape route.
I wish I could escape right now. What? It had to be there. Literally the... What? Alright, take care, Zeno. Have a good night. Sleep well. The window?
But how did the killer escape through there, Mr. Douglas? Your immediate skills are quite as questionable as your proposed escape route.
Like, am I crazy for thinking they opened the Forbidden Chamber, waited, and then left later? The air ducts? What? They didn't? I feel like I've hit everything. This feels like a weird step up in difficulty for no reason. Through the wall? Were they just over here the whole time? Take that! I guess they had to just escape through the fucking main door?
The whole main door? Well, yes, I suppose that would be the only way out.
It will appear you've already forgotten. The only available key until Jinxie Tenma came onto the scene was within that locked room. How would one exit the Fox Chamber and then lock it without a key,
I should have seen this coming.
Remember, Apollo, keep it simple.
Simple, right. I can understand if the killer had exited the room with the key, but...
Well, Mr. Douglas, let's give that made some vital Japanese film where I'm waiting unless you explain yourself quickly.
I'm fine. I can explain myself. The reason the Fox Chamber hallway door was locked is because... The perp locked it from the outside. What if the room was locked from the outside? In other words, the killer took the key through the hallway door and then— ouch!
Consider this. The master key was found inside the tightly locked fox chamber. Any assertions that the key was removed from the room is a blatant contradiction of the fact.
Exiting the room before locking the door would require taking the key outside. But the key was found inside the room, which doesn't seem like a contradiction.
If only we could explain— we can! The vent! Like how the key could be inside the room and be used outside. The vent!
Very well, let's see if the defense can respond before Prosecutor Blackwell draws his robe. How could Master Key be at the crime scene and despite being in the room?
Threw it back in from the outside. What if someone threw it into the room from the outside? You know, something like go out into the hallway door, lock the room, and then toss the key back in through the window? That would explain how the master key could have been inside that room.
And where would you throw it from? There's a cliff outside the fox chamber window. Throwing a key from inside there is an impossibility.
Oh, right. Ah!
I wonder if the key could have been tossed in from somewhere other than the window.
So, I feel like we're making Apollo dumber. I feel like Apollo is unreasonably stupid in this case. Key could have been tossed in through the air vent.
Take that!
Yeah, Ben.
Yes. The window may be out of the question, but the air vent's not.
Oh, that's right. The Fox Chamber's air duct leads into the hallway.
That's right. The real killer entered the air duct from the vent outside of the Fox chamber, and then dropped the key into the room through the vent inside the chamber. Ah!
That's preposterous.
Ooh, that explains how the key got in there after it was used to lock the door perfectly.
What's the breakfast? I'm afraid I'm a bit confused.
Don't worry. I'll explain it so even Your Honor can understand. First, the real killer, disguised as Tenmataro, murdered all the aldermen in the Fox chamber. Then, they fled the room through the hallway door and locked it. Then, they entered the air duct from the vent outside in the hallway. Finally, the killer tossed the key into the room through the air vent ceiling there. All that was left to do was for them to go back through the air duct and flee the manor. Well, Your Honor, could that be any clearer?
But maybe. People I can follow that.
That does seem to be pleased.
That explains everything. The real killer was someone dressed like Tenmataro. And there was someone else in the room other than the mayor and the alderman in that room.
Hey! It looks like that lawyer is beating the jailbook. Wow, I was told that about.
Oh, fuck off.
What a master forehead he seems to
Now that I've proven a possibility of a third party, I don't see how our client could be guilty.
Silence.
A valiant effort, Justice Domo. But your final thrust has missed its mark.
Huh?
But that little scamp on the tricksy Tanukis saw the yokai after it left the room. But then what? Did that irksome yokai simply go through the foyer and waltz right out the front door?
That's exactly what happened. The killer fled for the— ouch!
But that is impossible without being spotted by the foyer's security camera, that is. The electric eye here would have captured any pesky little yokai trying to escape. However, there is no sign of Tenmataro anywhere in the security footage.
The what?
Save for the foyer entrance, there is no other way to flee the manor, is there?
I don't feel so good.
Wait, I believe there is another way to escape besides the foyer entrance. There's a large window in the foyer. It's possible to escape through there without being seen by a security camera.
Hey, you're right.
Silence.
I love how the bird's eye goes whoop, massive.
Must I point out every crucial detail to the defense? It seems you lack only brains, but investigative prowess to boot. That is the cliff side of the manor. The only killer escaping that way would be a dead one.
No!
Wait, so the killer didn't escape out the foyer window?
What the heck, right?
Huh. I suppose your next proposal is that the killer sprouted wings and flew off into the sunset?
That would mean the killer really was a yokai.
I thought that we had some sort of evidence that could point to a flying killer.
Who's saying we don't? As completely far-fetched as it might be.
What? Are you saying you can prove the killer could fly?
Yes, actually. Whoa, I thought I was the one with the cords of steel.
Oh my god, I can't wait to hear this.
Your Honor?
What happens if you have the killer comply?
Take a look at this special edition paper. Temataro, real or flight of fancy?
Temataro, will the fire party. What does this article prove, Mr. Buckley?
The photo in the article was taken shortly after the murder. Maybe the yokai in that photo is the killer shortly after they fled out the window?
But Mr. Buckley, you're not seriously projecting.
Oh, I'm serious. I mean, it all adds up. The killer disguised as Taro flew away. You know, by some way or another.
Silence.
It is your brain that has flown the coop. That image is not but a trick photography or some other sort of artifice.
Okay, then how about Temataro, the Temataro figure Mr. Fletch saw? Just vanish into thin air?
No, there is a rational, common sense explanation for that. The infernal yokai, our trickster Tanuki witnessed, never reached the entrance. He, or should I say she, turned back before the camera's electric eye.
She? I don't like where this is going one bit.
Now, the fact that we know the yokai had come from the Fox Chamber means that it was likely either the mayor, Tenma, or his daughter, Jinxie Tenma. However, we know that Mayor Tenma was already unconscious at the time.
Yo, not good. Not good at all.
Do you understand the gravity of the situation now, Justice Dono? The falsified yokai remains. And the appearance of Tenmataro were the works of one individual. That individual is none other than Jinxie Tenma.
Ah, no! I feel like we just got phoenixed.
Stop competing for the greatest freakout ever.
The little scamp was, no doubt, simply trying to protect her father. And it's no wonder that her superstitious mind conjured up this mad masquerade.
Prosecutor Blackwood's plan makes perfect sense to me.
Does it?
It's far more convincing than saying the killer escaped by flying out the window.
Did you truly believe this could end in any other way?
Did we fall right into his trap? No, he fucking pulled that out of his ass.
What we do now, Apollo?
Okay, so no longer stands there a real yokai. If only we had one.
Bailiff? Caesar. It is time I interrogated her as a samurai would. Of your wood.
Mayor Tenma.
This farce is over. How does it feel seeing our own daughter accused of a cover-up most foul? Tenmataro's true identity is... Now, Mr. Mayor, it would be futile at this point to claim you are the yokai. After all, you have been knocked out cold by a blow to the skull. Slipping into a yokai costume and throwing around the manor would be all but impossible. Consider as well, as it stands, your daughter will be arrested for obstruction of justice. But if you confess, the prosecution will be willing to overlook a little yokai farce.
Confess? Then plan to intend to confess.
Wait.
Apollo, Prosecutor Blackwell's up to his mind games again.
Mayor Tenma, no. Don't fall for his twisted words. You're sent away for murder. Jinx will be left all alone.
The real killer is...
Mayor Tenma's gonna confess unless we do something.
But I can't prove how the real killer could have flown away.
Call.
Look upon me in despair, for the ripe time is in, for my time to return.
Huh? I should watch What I Wished For.
Ka, foolish mortal. I am Tenmataro, the yokai you seek.
You know, I probably would have fallen for this if they didn't show us who the fuck the killer was at the very start. This case is going on a lot longer than I think it has any right to. Oh, they were not wrong about this being the worst case in the game. Ooh. So my fears are slowly being founded that this studio is, not as up to snuff as Shu Takumi. Oh, yes, this is not leaving a good first impression, I must say. It's, I don't even think this case is hard, I think it's just dragging. Like, there's not really a mystery, and we're making Apollo seem really, really dumb in order to make Blackquill seem more cool. And don't get me wrong, Blackquill is a cool character, I just wish it didn't come at the expense of Apollo. And Athena. Like, I feel like I solved the case an hour ago. So, like, I feel like the entire case is that foppish motherfucker stabbed him, opened up the secret chamber with the master key, hid inside, waited for Tenmataro, waited for the noise to come in that someone saw it, waited for them to leave, ran out of the forbidden chamber, past them down into the hallway, into the room with what's-his-fuck, took off the clothes and threw them out the window. I'm pretty sure that's the solution. And boy howdy do I wish I'm wrong. Boy howdy do I wish I'm wrong. But yeah, this We got places to be. Oh boy, do we have, This is a case and a half. But it is making me appreciate all of the, other cases from Ace Attorney, before. Because every other, even like I would argue the worst cases in Ace Attorney 1, 2, 3, and Great Ace Attorney, even Apollo Justice, did have interesting stories to tell, and I never felt like we were just kind of spinning our wheels. With this, I feel like we are just kind of spinning our wheels in places, trying to get to the proper places. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened to our Apollo. He got dumb. He got real dumb. This, and it sucks because I kind of wish Blackwell was actually pointing at actual weaknesses in our case instead of manufactured ones. Because Blackwell is cool, don't get me wrong. But boy, does he seem dumb. He seems real dumb. But yeah. That was Ace Attorney for today. I might be back tomorrow with more. I know we still got more Pathologic to do, but I might do that on Monday. We'll see. We'll see. I'll think of the actual schedule, but tomorrow we'll finish up the case. I don't want to, like, hold this case on nonsense for too long. I want to get to the actual good parts of this game. So yeah, I think we'll actually do some, yeah, more Ace Attorney tomorrow. And that'll just be fun. You know? Fun times all around. So yes, with that being said, hope you all had a good time. I definitely had a time. It's definitely a memorable case, this one. Maybe not for all the correct reasons. But it's definitely giving me some writing ideas. And by writing ideas, I mean, like, thoughts and understanding on how to not write these sorts of cases. Because the worst it can be is dragging once you already know the proper outcome. So, either way, that is that and this is this. I hope you all had a fantastic day. Let's go see who can raid. That's Twitter. I can't raid anyone on Twitter. I'm not live on that hell site. Let's see. Let's go through that. I'll throw you at J. But yeah. Yeah, have a great night, everybody. I'm gonna go get me something to eat. And I will, yeah, see you all tomorrow for hopefully the end of this case. Bye-bye, everybody! Take care, have a fantastic night. And struggle on, my strugglers!